y'all, it's your girl, Carey. I promised that at 21,000 streams, I would give you guys the full story of how Outlier was made, so here we go. I wrote I Smile and Old Friends in 2018. I Smile was I had a conversation with somebody who really wasn't excited for the plans that I had for myself. Old Friends was me trying to deal with this mass exodus from my life that I really couldn't wrap my head around, and it was really the beginning of a several-year period of transition in my personal life. I went in to meet with Plaid Dog Studios in March of 2019, a couple days after I signed the contract. My ex sat me down and told me he was breaking up with me, and that's when everything got really chaotic. We had to stop the project for a second. I was like, listen, I need to find a new place to live, and thankfully the studio was really understanding. I wrote Rising Tides, Crashing Skies after I was broken up with for the very first time. I think that writing this song was really one of the only ways for me to process what was happening. I took the words right out of his mouth because he told me that we were fundamentally different. So that's why I wrote, if you think that what you did is fine, then maybe you were right. You're fundamentally different and I cannot take your side. That song ended up being the first single and the motivator for the EP. When I brought it into the studio, my producer Brian Fennelly and the drummer for this session, Kyle Harris, and Daniel Yoon, who played guitar and bass, they all pretty much got the picture right away and they smashed it. After that, about May 2019, I wrote a song called the Porch Fest song. I played a set in my friend's driveway. 200 plus people showed up, and I was at such a low point in my life that I was like, this is kind of a miracle that this happened. What was even more of what felt like a miracle to me was that I didn't need my ex to do that. Kind of cool. Several months later, I wrote I'm Gonna Break Your Heart, about the person I started seeing shortly after the aforementioned breakup. It was my first time getting back out there, and I was met with a very pleasant surprise because this person was so easy to get along with, very go with the flow, funny, handsome, smart, nice car. Well, I was kind of like, this is too good to be true. I wrote it about what would happen if I did ruin it, if I did decide to just smash his heart into a million little pieces. Because when you're someone whose heart is broken, sometimes that feels like a cathartic idea. I played it for the same friend that I played the Porch Fest set at. She was like, that has to go on the album, and I was like, got you. Going into like fall of 2019, we did some pre-production. We had basically the bones laid out for all these songs, and we were going to go back into the studio in the spring of 2020. You all know what happened in the spring of 2020. I was kind of left in a state of confusion and upset. I was really angry that this project that I've been waiting so long to do was being put on hold. There was nothing I could do about it. In the fall of 2020, we were able to get back to the studio. That's when we did the vocals, guitar, bass.
My video cut out. It took a couple of months to get everything mixed because the studio was so behind. Once I had the masters, which is like the final version of the song, I had to plan when they were going to come out. I planned it aiming for a fall release, which is what I got, and then I picked singles to come out beforehand to build the hype, and here we are, 21,000 plays later. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully it doesn't take me another 5 years to put out a project. Until next time.